Hi, in this video, I will share with you some tools that you can use to help you run your freelance business for free. First up is Wave Accounting. From the term itself, it's a platform that can help you track your income and monitor your expenses. So in here, you can add clients or projects, have separate folders for each, have billable hours also added, and also it has a dashboard which will allow you to easily see your spending patterns each month. This has an online version or a web-based version, or it also has an app that you can download on your phone, and it's totally free. Now, if you're like me, who's list-based and would still want to be hands-on when it comes to your finances, then you can just use Google Sheets. Correct, I'm still using Google Sheets to manage my income and expenses, but basically for income for my online business, what I do is I just have a spreadsheet that has 2019 income tracker, something like that, and then I have tabs to represent the years, and inside each tab would be the client name, when the invoice was sent out, when it was received, what payment gateway was it sent to, and how much was the conversion, and so on and so forth. And then I divide it, I have sections in there to divide it monthly so that I'll see month to month how much I'm earning, and also quarterly so that I'll know which quarter am I most profitable. Alright, so it's up to you, but for me, finances and income is something that I want to be hands-on and do manually. That's why I'm just using Google Sheets. Next up would be Google Analytics. Now, if you have a website or a blog, then installing Google Analytics will help you monitor and track the traffic that your website is getting. That will allow you to know which type of content is your audience resonating with the most, and then from there you can just create more content around that. It is also free. You can simply YouTube how to install this, and you should be good to go. Next up is Canva, which is a platform that you can use to create beautiful social media graphics. So it's not just images. You can create slides, presentations, PDFs, certificates. It has all kinds of template for the free account alone that you don't really need to use the paid version. And another similar app would be Trello. So it's also an app that you can use to create images. However, the only difference of Trello from Canva is that Trello has moving graphics. And I think though, if you're on the free account, there'll come a point that you'll use all the graphic or the moving images or graphics, then by then you'll just have to maybe upgrade if you still like, but it's another cool option. So check out Trello as well. Next up is Toggle. Now this is a time tracking platform that allows you to just really monitor how much time you're spending on a task, and you can create projects and clients as well, so you'll be able to see how much hours you're spending on a client. And this is not for the client to know how many hours you're working, but it's really just for you to see how productive you are on the task that you're working on. Now, if you have Teams, one cool app that is free that you can use is Clockify. It's also time tracking, but it's specifically created for Teams, and it's forever free. So if you have a small team, a big team, definitely check out Clockify. Moving on is LastPass. I'm pretty sure most of us are using this one. LastPass is a password password generator, and a platform that can save your passwords for you so that every time you log in, you won't have to guess what your password is. It will automatically save it for you if you allow it to. And then the next time you log in on a certain platform, maybe let's say on your membership site like Thinkific, then LastPass will pre-fill the fields like your username and password, and all you have to do is click the button to sign in. And it's shareable, so you can share it with your teammates or whoever you want to share it to. Alright, next up is Zoom. Now you should be familiar with this because this is what we're using. Zoom is used for video calls, and if you're on the free account, you can host up to 100 attendees. However, the limit for your call would be 40 minutes. So if you reach 40 minutes or over that, the call will be cut off and you'll just have to relaunch the Zoom platform. But if it's just like one-on-one, maybe a client or prospect consultation that's not exceeding 40 minutes, you can definitely just use Zoom. Next up is Loom. Now, Loom is a screen and video recording platform or software, and I use it mostly to record certain tasks that I want my team to work on, and also to record my SOPs. And this is also free, and you can create folders so that you can group your SOPs or whatever video you're creating per category. All right. Another similar platform to this is Screencast-O-Matic, and this is actually what I'm using right now to create the videos for Systems Lay. And it's very similar to Loom. I just am on the paid version of this one because they had a really good sale, I think 2 years ago, and I grabbed it and I'm just using it for that. So it allows me to edit videos, insert music, and stuff like that. Basically like Filmora or Camtasia, but cheaper and easier. Next up is Slack. Slack is a great tool for team communication, especially if you want to, if you want to cut yourself and your team from the distraction of social media. Slack is a great app for that because it's really a platform where you can create channels depending on how you want to categorize it, and it also has like personal options where you can message team members directly. So if you're not using this yet and you have a team, even if it's just you and your VA, definitely check this out. Next is Calendly. Calendly is a scheduling platform. So if you have prospects who want to talk with you to discuss how you could work together, then Calendly is the app for you, or the platform that you can use. With the free version though, it only allows you to have one live appointment. So let's say if you have an appointment that's 15 minutes long, 30 minutes, 45, an hour, you won't be able to have them all simultaneously go live if you're on the free account. But if it's just like one live account at a time, then you can use the free version of Calendly for that. And you can also embed the form or just share like the link on your website, and it should be embeddable. Plus, you can also just share the link directly to your prospects so that they could just click on that and choose the time that they are available as well. Another scheduling platform that I like and actually am using is Acuity Scheduling. It's very similar with Calendly. The only difference is that with Acuity, I can create questions in sort of a form format. So after I created the time slots that I'm available, once they choose a time, next thing that will pop up are my questions. And that allows me to pre-qualify the prospects if they are my ideal client or not. And if not, then I can just send them an email saying, thank you, but we're not a good fit, something like that. And if they are a good fit, then they will receive an email on the next steps. So it's just you check Acuity as well. And I'm able to do that on the free account. So it's really cool. Next platform is Zapier or Zapier, depending on how you want to call it. But it creates zaps. So maybe Zapier. I don't know. But yeah, this platform allows communication across different apps. So let's say platforms that don't have direct integration can be connected using a zap. So for example, maybe on your checkout page, like you're using ThriveCart and you want that whoever buys a product to notify you, like, so when a purchase is made, you can create a zap and to notify you of that purchase via Slack or maybe Asana. And then from that purchase, you could also connect it to maybe ActiveCampaign, and then that person who bought will be added to the list, which will then trigger an automation, something like that. I know it's quite difficult to understand, especially for the newbies, but basically Zap makes two different platforms speak to each other. So let's say Slack to Acuity. When someone books a call with you in Acuity, you can create a Zap to notify you of that booking via Slack and something like that. All right. So do check out Zapier as well. For the free account, I think you can create 3 or 5 Zaps before it requires you to upgrade to a paid account. Hope that helps. Moving on is Unsplash. It's really a platform or a website that I grab my photos from for social media. So if you're creating content, or maybe you're writing a blog, you need beautiful images, you can check out Unsplash. There are a lot of other platforms or websites that offer free images, like royalty free, but the one I like the most is Unsplash because their images are just, I don't know, it speaks to me. I like the style, I like the aura it gives to me, especially for nature images. It's really beautiful, so do check it out. Moving on is Hootsuite. Hootsuite is very similar with Buffer. They're both social media scheduling platform. So if you wanna like create your content in a batch, which I suggest you do, like batching, it helps saves time. But if you do that, so you create your content for the entire month, and then you would want to have it scheduled on your social media platform, so Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you can do so using this platform. So all you have to do is, block a time to do it, enter them in, like put them inside either Hootsuite or Buffer, and then choose a date that you want it to be scheduled, and it will automatically post on that date. That's just what it does. Another great one that I learned last year is a platform called Planoly. This is specifically for Instagram though, and it just helps you create your feed. So those Instagram accounts that has really beautiful curated images that seem to flow seamlessly, they most likely schedule that using Planoly. There's a free account for this, and it allows you to schedule 30 content in a month. So basically, the entire month, and it's free, so you could check it out if you're an Instagram person. Moving on is Later. Later is also a scheduling platform that was initially designed for Instagram and Pinterest, but now I think they're offering other platforms like Facebook as well, and Twitter or LinkedIn. But it's also a scheduler, very much similar to Hootsuite and Buffer, but I think it has a lot more features. So right now I'm playing around with it, and I'm really liking it so far, so I suggest you check it out. And it's also free. Now next up is Streak. Streak is a CRM or customer relationship management platform that is connected to your Gmail account. And it's so powerful because you can really monitor your customer journey in it, and it's connected to Gmail, so you can create pipelines inside Streak for certain clients and see where they are in the sales process. I haven't used this personally. I just learned about it last week actually from the tribe, and it seems very promising. So if you're just starting out, why not start with one of the latest ones and best ones, right? So I also suggest you check out Streak. Next up is HubSpot. It's actually a website, but HubSpot has a CRM that is free. So again, it allows you to monitor leads, create pipelines, and add notes and stuff like that, and even tasks. So also check it out. It's free. So moving on, we have for email marketing, like when you have a list, right, and you wanna update them on what's happening, or maybe share content with them, inform them, and eventually market to them about your products, then one platform that you can use for such is MailerLite. And what's great with MailerLite is that aside from it being an email marketing platform, it also has a landing page version. And if you haven't noticed this is actually the one that I use for the sales page of SystemSlay. That's why if you'll check the URL, it doesn't say systemslay.com, but it's like alphanumeric numbers because it's from MailerLite. It says subscribe to, if I believe. But it's free and it does the job. And the emails that I'm sending you to notify you of, assignments or release of modules or what to do next, I'm also creating that, or I have created those using MailerLite, and it's free. So with me, with my process, if there's a platform or tool that can get the job done that will cost me less or will not cost me at all, then I'll go with that. That's why I use MailerLite. Another option though is MailChimp. It's also free, and it's free up to 2,000 subscribers. So it's just a matter of preference. You can check MailerLite, check MailChimp, see what you prefer, and go with that. So next up is Facebook for your course software. So if you're starting to play with the idea of you creating your own course, or your client may be like running a beta course but not sure what platform to use, then you can just start off with Facebook groups. Especially now that with Facebook groups, it has units in them, and that can serve as like modules. So unit 1 will be module 1, unit 2 will be module 2, and so on and so forth. You can just make it a private group so that only people who actually paid can join, and then you can run your course content in there. All right, and that's free. Moving on would be for storage. Now, the two most popular ones are, of course, Google Drive and Dropbox. Between the two, I have a Dropbox, but I'm using Google Drive because it incorporates with a lot of other apps that I'm using, especially Gmail. And also, with Google Drive, it's very cheap. Like, I'm using the paid version, but it's just like 800 pesos or so, like 820 a year, and it's already 64 gig. So pretty cool, right? Good deal. So I just bought the annual plan, and I have like a lot of storage. Next app would be project and task management platforms, and these are the two of the most popular ones, Asana and Trello. I'm pretty sure you've heard about them. Asana is more of a list-based type of platform. However, they did upgrade or update their platform to also include board feature, so you can have both worlds with Asana. But with Trello, it's card-based, like Kanban, and it's for the more visual people. They basically have the same functionalities, just very small, like, differences in features. Like with Asana, it's very intuitive with how it allows you to manage your tasks, and I'll be discussing more of that in the Asana section. That is a bonus in this masterclass, so you can just check that out later. Next up is Evernote. So it allows you to create your notes and have it saved on the cloud. So you can create folders and even add tags so that it's going to be more organized. And it's free. There's a paid version, of course, but the free one already does a lot. So you can just utilize that. And a similar one to this is if you're a Windows user, you should have OneNote in your desktop. And yeah, it's similar. So you have folders, you can color code it and stuff like that. And then we have the G Suite or Google Suite, and you can just use a lot of its apps. Like, it has a calendar, Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Drive, Google Slides, a mind mapping tool, even the Draw.io, and many other stuff. But yeah, it's free. So as soon as you sign up with Gmail, you actually have this already included. Hope that helps. And all these are the platforms that I use, and they help me run my business. And what does it cost me? Simple. Nothing, because they're free. And yeah, it allows me to really do all those things at no additional cost. So if you're just starting out, you can actually use these platforms to help you get started on the right track towards your online freelancing success. All right? In the next video, I'll be sharing with you some of the paid tools that I use and my clients use, so that you'll also be aware of them. And when the time comes that you're ready, then at least you'll know better and you'll be able to choose wisely which platform would best suit your needs. See you in the next video.